John Ulzheimer is known as one of our nation's most recognized credit experts. Having worked for 28 years in the credit industry, John has become one of the most prolific speakers about credit and the go-to authority on answers to credit-related questions. Credit Countdown with John Ulzheimer.
Hello, my name is John Ulzheimer. I am a consumer credit expert. I have been in the credit industry for almost 30 years now. I've spent time at FICO, which is obviously the company behind the FICO credit scoring system, and Equifax, which is one of 3 generally recognized credit reporting agencies in the United States. So today I'm going to answer a series of questions about earning more points for your credit score that are partly based on truth, but have unfortunately become common myths. So we may call today a little bit of myth busting, but what really I'm doing is I'm answering some common questions that I get about strategies to improve credit scores as it pertains to managing debt. So really the question I'm answering is a series of, do I get more points if I, and then here are the 3 questions I'm going to address. So let's start from the bottom up because I like doing that. Do I get more points if I pay off loans early, right? So you have a mortgage loan, 30-year note, 15-year note, you have a car loan, 48 months, 60 months, 72 months, some of them go higher, 90 months, some of them go longer than that if you're buying like an RV. Do I get more points if I pay off my loans early? The answer to your question is no. You do not earn points simply because you have paid off a loan earlier than you are required per the agreement with the lender. So if you had a 48-month auto loan and you came into some money and you paid it off after 36 months, there's nothing on your credit report to indicate that you paid 12 months earlier than you were required to. So therefore, the act of paying off the loan early does not give you some sort of a bonus in credit score points. Now, obviously, when you pay off your loan, whether it's early or on time or whenever, it's going to indicate on your credit report that you have a 0 balance. And to the extent that that helps your credit score, then obviously that's great, but that doesn't really have anything to do with when you pay it off. It just has to do with the fact that it is now, in fact, paid off and has a 0 balance. So let me tell you a really bad story I heard from a fireman, actually, who was trying to improve his credit score. So this particular gentleman got some really bad advice from one of these kind of self-styled credit experts that if he paid off his truck loan, his credit score would go up and he could refinance his house and save all sorts of money. So his truck loan, I actually saw his credit report, his truck loan was over $50,000. He had a really nice truck. So where do you think he came up with the $50,000? He took out a loan against his 401k, which is a horrible idea for a variety of reasons. So he took this money out of his 401k and paid off his truck loan. And guess what happened to his score? Nothing. You know why nothing happened? Because the debt associated with his truck loan wasn't harming his credit score in the first place. So therefore getting rid of it didn't help his credit score afterwards. So anyway, it's not like you can go out and borrow against your truck unless you want to take out a title loan, which is just a god-awful idea anyways. So anyway, just a horrible story about how someone took out money against a 401k to pay off a truck loan, didn't improve his credit score, then he wasn't able to do whatever else he wanted to do with that better score. So if you're going to pay off your loans early, that's awesome, good for you, but don't think you're going to get some sort of a bonus in your credit score by doing so, because you're not. Number 2, do I get more points if I pay more than the balance? And so I see this, I don't even want to call it a strategy, because strategy gives it some sort of validity in my mind. I want to call this trick. So you see this trick kind of proffered on credit repair websites. Hey, if you pay more than your balance, then your credit score will go up more than if you paid the full balance, which is factually inaccurate. I'm not even sure where in the world someone got that baloney. But credit reports can't have negative balances. And so if you owe $1,000 on a credit card and you pay $2,000 on your credit report isn't going to have negative $1,000 as your balance. You're just going to have a $1,000 credit with the credit card issuer. By the way, that money is now that money is not working for you. It's not earning interest. You can't use it to do something. You just have to buy stuff with the credit card to essentially get the value of that back. So you get no bonus points in your credit score by paying more than the actual balance due. Obviously, if you pay your balances off every month, you're not going to pay interest. You're not going to have multiple balances on credit reports. These are all really good things, but please don't think that you're going to get some sort of a magical credit score boost because you pay more than the balance. So, take any type of advice you get with a grain of salt with respect to this. Now, do I suggest you pay the balance in full every month? Of course I do. Pay your balance in full every month and the interest rates on your credit cards become irrelevant because you're not paying interest anyways. Last, do I get more points if I make multiple payments each month? All right, so there's some truth here, but I think it's kind of accidental. If you make multiple payments during the month on a credit card bill, then the statement at the end of the statement cycle is going to be, the balance on that is going to be lower than it would have been had you not made multiple payments during the month. That's going to be helpful for your credit score because that balance is what's reported to the credit reporting agencies. And to the extent you can keep that balance as low as possible, you're going to also keep that balance to limit ratio, which is important in your credit score. You're going to also keep that as low as possible. However, there's nothing on your credit report that indicates the number of payments you made to the credit card issuer any given month. So it doesn't show that you made one payment or 7 payments. It just shows the amount of the aggregate of the payments. So not a bad idea, and your score might actually improve, but it's not because you've made the multiple payments. That's a coincidence, not a correlation, okay? So if you have any other questions, or if you actually have more examples of this, I would love to hear them because I'd like to add to this list. Leave them in the comment section below. Thank you very much for your time. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll talk again soon.
For more videos and credit tips from John Ulzheimer, go to www.tradelinesupply.com.